Okay. All right, folks. Welcome back to Galactic Tactics. Today we're doing a deck tech. It's going to be over my Thrawn and Eden Twin Suns deck. So let's just jump right into it. Altogether, we've got the full deck list here on the left, as well as our first leader, Grand Admiral Thrawn. What he does is when the action phase starts, look at the top card of each player's deck, and for his action, you can exhaust him and one resource, reveal the top card of any player's deck, exhaust a unit that costs the same or less than the revealed card. So, ideally, you know every single card that everyone's playing in multiplayer, and so you should have a good amount of control. The nice thing about it is it can be any card. So reveal the top card of any player's deck. Pick anyone, exhaust unit that costs the same or less. So it can be anyone's deck, anyone's card. So any unit, which is really nice, gives you a lot of flexibility for that multiplayer space. And then Iden Versio coming out of the Battlefront 2 game for her action. If an enemy unit was defeated this phase, heal 1 damage from your base. Again, any enemy unit. You have 3 separate enemies, so the chances of this going off are pretty high after the first round. And anytime anyone attacks you, you can really start chipping that health back from your base. The rest of the deck, right over here to the left again, use that QR code if you want to go check it out on SWUDB.com. Check out that deck, and all my other decks. I'll also have the full deck list in the description box. So starting off, and then for our bases, we're going to use any of the blue bases. I prefer to have Security Complex so I can have that shield token whenever I need it. Because kind of in a pinch, have it. That 5 life isn't going to mean as much when we're building up that 1 damage over the course of the game, as well as using other cards to help control, get our health back on that base and others. So having that kind of epic action is helpful in a pinch. So starting off, you got to have the flavor wins. For the flavors, you got to start off with the Chimera. Thrawn's base of operations, his capital ship. It's an 8-drop, 8/7. So when it comes in shielded, and then on attack, name a card. An opponent reveals their hand and discards a card with the name from it. So you know what everyone's drawing. You'll have a few other cards to help look at your enemy's hands as the game goes on. You may forget, but this should be a guaranteed discard for yourself. Big mama. So big ship here at the end. When you get it out, this is probably going to be also one of our finishers as well. The Bendu, just kind of a nice interaction in the not yeah, is it Rebels? Yeah. So a nice interaction in the Rebel series. Thrawn and Bendu kind of going back and forth. Thrawn takes a shot at the Bendu. As you see, it's got that 2 blue. So it should be just a 6-drop, which is why we're using the blue base. And then the Bendu, it's a 6/4/7 Sentinel, double blue. So it comes in. It can't. So Sentinel, basically your tank. Put it up front. It's going to absorb a little bit of damage and have some attack with it. And then on attack, the next non-heroic, non-villainy card you play this phase costs 2 less. There's a lot of non-heroes, non-villainous cards in this deck, so this is going to be a guaranteed cost reduction. It's going to be super huge in the deck. And then lastly, Vigilance. It's a 4 blue. Choose 2 in any order. Discard 6 cards from an opponent's deck. Heal 5 damage from a base. Defeat a unit with 3 or less remaining HP. Give a shield token to a unit. So super versatile. Flavor wise, I just kind of like having something Anakin in this deck from when they work together on Batu to save Padme. Solid cards in the deck. You can even use Bendu to get Vigilance out a little bit cheaper for a 2-drop, which is super powerful. So altogether, those 2 cards will only cost you 8 resources. So our main idea behind this is going to be the control. Thrawn is a tactician, so you really want to politic your way through the multiplayer, control the board state, keep healing up as people attack you, and then keep healing up as people attack you, and then kind of swoop in at the very end. So for our main control, Regional Governor, this is kind of a must play in this deck, whether you're playing in Twin Suns or Premier. It's going to be huge when you're playing Thrawn. So when played, name a card. While this unit is in play, opponents can't play the named card. It's a 2-drop, 1 blue, 1/4, so it's got a little bit of staying power as well. You know what your opponents are playing, so you can name it when they draw it. If you don't like it, play down your regional governor. They can't play that unit anymore. Then we're going to use Viper Pro Droid, which is a 2 and a black for a 3/2. When played, look at opponent's hand. Better for the kind of first few turns or later turns if you forget what's going on. Know what the opponent's playing, know what's in their hands, and then play regional governor so that you can block that play. Then we're going to use cards like Cantina Bouncer. 5 yellow yellow for a 3/5. When played, you may return a non-leader unit to its owner's hand. So this card goes both ways. You can use it to control your opponent's side of the board, or if regional governor, looking at 1, 2, 3 damage, you can return regional governor back to your hand and play it again if you see another card or want to kind of focus somewhere else. Waylay again, 3 and a yellow. Return a non-leader unit to its hand. Kind of that same effect that goes both ways. Return regional governor or return a unit that's kind of being a little pesky on the battlefield. Entrenched. So it's 2 and a blue. Attached unit can't attack bases. So this is another one that goes both ways. This deck is going to be very versatile. You can put this on your own unit to give it +3/+3. Can't attack bases, but keep kind of wiping out the things on the battlefield. Or you can use it on, what I like to do, put it on a opponent's leader hero once it hits the battlefield so that it can't attack your base. Yes, it gets +3/+3, but if you're not kind of playing in that zone, then it's just kind of a dead card on the field, and they can't really attack with it. Count Dooku. Different kind of control we're looking for here. 7 blue black, so he's pretty expensive. Going to be kind of use him at the end for that 5/4 power. It comes in shielded, and when played, you may defeat a unit with 4 less remaining HP. This is going to be an auto kill a lot of the time, so you can either just defeat something outright or pick something down to that 4 less remaining health. Play Dooku, get that free hit off for the next round. And then outmaneuver, choose an arena, space or ground, exhaust each unit in that area. Again, this is going to be huge for controlling. If you don't want people to attack, you can just tell an entire arena you're not attacking. If there's a whole lot going on the ground, you think that maybe they're going to come for you, you can also use this as a diplomatic way. It's like, hey, if you attack me, no one's attacking. Or if someone attacks on you, they've kind of really declared that, hey, you're going down. You can just say, nope. Another one, that AT suppressor. It's going to be another finisher as well. When played, exhaust all ground units. This, again, it goes for the entire battlefield. Every single person exhausts all their ground units. Another way to stall out damage so that you can keep building up. And then Del Mico, part of an Infernal Squad. 3 blue black for a 3/3. Restore 1. When this unit attacks, heal 1 damage from your base. I mean, that's just another way to get that health back from your base if you're taking attacks. Then also the control, each event an opponent plays cost 1 more. That's a whole turn behind that they can play their event cards. And again, you're doing this 3 times, so it's really 3 resource advantage for you. So next, we're going to talk about the Imperial support. A lot of the cards in this deck are Imperials, so might as well bolster them, build them up so that you can, kind of take advantage of that. This is kind of the attack aspect in conjunction with the control. So kind of command and control. The number 1 card, General Veers. 3 and a black for a 3/3. His ability, other friendly Imperial units get +1/+1. Boom, there you go. Across the board, a lot of your units are going to be Imperial, including Thrawn, Iden, and a lot of your enforcers, so they're all going to get +1 health, +1 damage. So Admiral Modi, when defeated, you may ready a villainous unit. You can use them as a chump blocker. A lot of the Imperials are going to be villainous. This also works for your leaders. So when defeated, you can ready them again, get another attack off. So you can get another attack off with one of your big units, maybe that Dooku, and just use it. And then tie advanced. When played, give 2 experience tokens to another friendly Imperial unit. Just it's a 4 and a black 3/2, and this is just a way that you can um, get bolster up a little bit. You can also use those bounce cards from before to keep playing it. And then conjunction with the Bendu, you can't use that. You can't use Bendu. Never mind. Snowtrooper Lieutenant, 2 and a black for a 2/2. When played, you may attack with a unit. If it's an Imperial unit, get +2/+0 for this attack. First of all, get that extra attack off, that attack power for any unit. But you may attack with a unit. That does not mean you need to exhaust it. So if you've already attacked with a unit, you can attack again because you don't need to exhaust. This is something that people kind of haven't figured out yet, which is super awesome to get those 2 attacks off. You get those 2 attacks off with your leaders, as they are Imperial, or your tie advanced. If you want to do that, that's 10 damage right there to somebody. Gideon, 5 blue black for a 5/5. When an enemy unit is defeated, give an experience token to a friendly unit. So that's just kind of nice edict event to have out. You use that with Modi. You get that. For the Admiral, you get that extra readying as well as that experience token. So nice little combo for going on in there, as well as a solid tank. So if you use Modi, you can use him as chump blocker, attack into something, so that he gets defeated, and then attack with Gideon twice. Maximum firepower, 4 and a black. A friendly Imperial unit does damage equal to its power to a unit. Then another friendly Imperial unit deals damage equal to its power to the same unit. So if you got something big out, you've got a few little things going on. It's a guaranteed just destroy card, especially when you have General Veers out. Everything gets +1/+1, so now that's 2 damage automatically to a unit of your choice. So to finish the game off, there's a few different ways. So with Thrawn, we've got control. We know what's happening. We should kind of have a good idea of what's in everyone's hands, so that we can super laser blast. Use that Death Star attack, defeat everything on the field. If you do this at the right time, it's going to catch everybody off guard. That's at 8 blue black. So again, you're going to use it at the end, but what we're going to do is save up our leader units. So Grand Admiral Thrawn comes in 6/9 at the start of the phase. You still look at the top card of each player's deck, and then on attack, you may reveal the top card of any player's deck. Exhaust a unit that card's same or less. Exhaust a unit that costs the same or less than reveal card. So you're still controlling, and you can deploy these at the same time as long as you have 6 resources, which you will have if you're playing Super Laser Blast. So you can play that Super Laser Blast maybe after attacks, or if you don't have anything on the field, defeat everybody else, and then bring in Grand Admiral Thrawn and Iden, and then attack with them. Could be a finish. And then Iden, that 4/4 comes in shielded, which is nice. And when an enemy unit is defeated, heal 1 damage from your base. So as you need to, you can maybe, if there's a Sentinel, defeat in, get that extra point back, and keep finishing. So hopefully you can use